I'm here today with my partner, Mark Leadlove again, and we wanted to talk with you a little bit about a very current topic in M&A circles around what's known as greenwashing. Mark, can you explain a little bit about what greenwashing is and why it matters in M&A transactions?
Yeah, absolutely, Bob. My pleasure. So greenwashing, the concept of greenwashing is a company making claims about itself or its products being environmentally friendly or otherwise, consonant with the social nature of how we want to proceed, from an ethical standpoint, and then not being able to fulfill those, either the claims not being true for one reason or another, or there being something else that's nefarious with it. So, yeah. The concern I have, though, from as a litigator, talking to an M&A transactional lawyer, is when you're doing a transaction, what kind of disclosures do you ask from a selling company? And for example, we are used to seeing for years a lot of environmental disclosures. For example, has there been the use of asbestos or not, or disclosing that? But we haven't really gotten into the disclosure of the other kind of social issues and other, I guess, more diffuse kind of environmental issues, such as carbon footprint, greenhouse gas emission, things like that. So the concern I have is there's a concept of a company doing unintentional greenwashing, having very ambitious claims, and we've heard clients that make commitments that say, we're going to do this by the year 2025, this by the year 2035, this by the year 2050. So you're talking about disclosures or commitments that last 25 years. And so if you're either the seller and you've made these representations, have you lived up to them when you try to sell your company? And if you're the buyer, what kind of representations do you need to make sure that those types of corporate commitments are not so vague and ambiguous that somebody can't claim later that there's unintentional greenwashing?
Yeah, so at a minimum, a buyer needs to build into their representations they're asking for in the agreement around this area so they can identify those risks. And for sellers, they need to be thinking about what exposures there are here and what they're willing to live with after the deal closes.
Yep, I think that's right.
Very good. Thanks for joining me, Mark. I appreciate it.
My pleasure, Bob.